We're now in Villasol and we're pretty much set up. We're now ready to chill and relax.
Hopefully. So we're going to start off with a site tour, show you around the site as it is, and then we'll probably try and go through some of the issues we had and how we resolved them. The gas, the grey waste, and various other bits and pieces. So I hope you enjoy the video. So as you approach Villasol, you'll see this sign, very easy to spot, no missing that. As you turn in the gate, there are two bays. Now, we wanted to wash our motorhome. It was filthy dirty, and one of the bays is just too narrow to get in, and the second bay, they often have cars parked in it. Just parked, not washing them, which made things difficult. They've got a parking area here where you can park up while you're waiting for reception, because there were some quite large queues there at a time. And this is the reception itself. Yeah, staff are very pleasant. Off to your left there's the access to the bar and restaurant if you don't mind going up via steps. If you want to go up on foot without the steps, you can go around that way. We'll show that in a while. This is the outdoor swimming pool. They've got a little sitting area over here to the left under cover, which of course in the summer months you're going to need here. Well, let me just go back and show you all the usual sort of things. Now, clearly the pool's not in use this time of year for obvious reasons, although it's sunny at the moment and looks really nice. It's pretty cold outside. So there's multiple steps. There's a set of steps by the door you can go up. There's a set of steps here, and there's another set of steps there to go up to the clubhouse. Some people found the first set of steps difficult to get up because of the rise and length of each step. Here we've got the indoor pool, which is heated. Got one person in there at the moment. So it's not that large, but there again, it does the job. Indoor pool, toilets and changing room. Right, let's try this set of steps. It sounds like they've got Zumba or something similar at the moment. Not sure which of these doors are open. There's a nice little sitting area here. So in the evenings, after about sort of 5 or 6 o'clock, it starts to fill up here. People sit around, chill and relax. This is quite a good view of the pool if you're just sitting here chilling out, having a beer. Unfortunately, they're playing music in the background, so I'll probably have to mute this. This is the other steps coming up. These steps aren't quite so comfortable, let's say. They're a strange gait, but nevertheless, there they are. They sell a good range of food and drinks at the bar, and you can get yourself a glass of wine for around €2. Apart from eating and drinking in the clubhouse, they do lots of other activities. For adults, they have Zumba, keep fit, Pilates, paddle. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's a cross between sort of tennis and squash. They play rummy cub. They play ping pong. On the outside of the pool is aquagym. They've also got archery at times. And there are loads more things for the kids. In fact, while we're here at Christmas, there was very little for the adults to do in the clubhouse. Most of it was orientated towards the kids and families. If you don't fancy the steps, you can come out this door or go in this door. And that takes you around this way. Before we do that, let's go and look at the laundry. Laundry is just here. Attached to the clubhouse, we have to gain access from the outside. I don't think there's an interior access. It's obviously quite busy today. There are 6 washing machines here and 2 dryers. Now the dryers are up high. They're the 2 you can see at the far end on the top, so it can be difficult to reach in at times. Both the washing machines and the dryers cost €3.50 by means of a token which you buy from reception. So again, attached to the main building, you've got the laundry. You've also got a shop or supermarket, which I'll show you. Let me show you down some of the road. Off to the left here tends to be the, I think it's a lot of the sort of villas or camping units down there. We'll look at those later on, but this is a typical road. This one here is quite hilly, so depending on where you are, you may have an issue with getting level. But this end tends to be a bit quieter. We're parked down by the main road and it's quite noisy down there. So there's another row. So this one is Avenida Cordoba. You can see there's 439. The numbers go up as high as 439 here. And that total number of pictures I'm not completely sure about, but it's substantial. So heading back down towards the main entrance here. This is the supermarket. They've got an ATM here. I believe it charges quite a bit. I'm not sure if they're open. Yes, they are. They've got a good variety of food in there, including quite a few English foods as well, including Richmond sausages, ice creams, good variety of drinks. Although couldn't find many zero sugar drinks or sugar-free drinks. Good opening hours here. They open quite early and they close quite late. I think they open at either 9 or 10. I think it's probably 9. And I think they close at a similar time, 8 or 9. So obviously this section's very popular, as you can imagine. And they also do a limited amount of fresh veg and things down this end. And like all the staff we've encountered, they're just lovely here. Right, I'll take you down this row. So this is one of the 2 amenity blocks. There's one directly ahead and there's one here. We've got black waste here. They've got looks like a kid's changing room or toilet there, shower maybe. They've got a disabled toilet here and another one there. This is the gents. We'll take a quick look inside if it's not busy. I don't know how often they clean these toilets, but they're always immaculate. The showers do have a fixed head, but they do have flow control and temperature control, which is perfect for me, and a sitting area. Here's one who's obviously sort of semi-permanent. There's a lot of people here staying for 6 months and more. One lady we bumped into the other day, been here for 17 years. English lady that was. I assume she's got a residency permit. And Villasol Camping's been here for 34 years. Right, there's a pitch here which seems to be empty. So that'll give you a good idea of the size. And this one looks like a particularly large one. Yeah, this seems to be extra large. Again, I'll try and find out some details about what sizes you can get. But there's quite a few that are reasonable size. Again, if you look on this side, I think that's more typical. And then you've got the other amenity block here. So pretty much from here you can see the extent. These are quite long rows. Now here they've got rubbish disposal, and there's a washing up area there as well, which I'll quickly show you. Don't know what else is around here. Oh, yeah, another washing up area. We've got black waste here. This is the gents. I'll have a quick look, hoping it's empty. It seems to be identical to the other block, but I've not come across block 1 at all so far. It's quite hilly here. So if you're parked on this side, they've obviously done their best to get it all nice and level. Like that pitch there, clearly you can see there's no way without a significant amount of chocks or whatever, you're going to get level there. This particular row seems to be the worst in that respect. The rest aren't that bad. But this end of the campsite seems to be quite much quieter. Fortunately, they're on the road, and the road even during the evenings and night time. In fact, in the evenings it's quite noisy. Overnight, it's noisy enough to be annoying if you're a light sleeper. Had a good sized pitch there. The site overall is pretty hilly, but there again I think you'll find that all sites in Benidorm are pretty hilly. A lovely view at the top there. We'll make our way down to the row we're in now, and you'll see the difference in the noise levels due to the proximity to the road. One of the issues here is these trees. They can stick out quite a long way into the pitch. But if you've got one of the slightly narrower pitches, you have to be very careful to avoid these trees. They're relatively low and they look pretty solid. It's not like, you know, brushing up against a branch. If you hit one of these, you're going to know all about it. And here we are down by the road, and already you can probably hear the difference in the noise. Right, this is the road that we're on. Let me show you. And like this van here, you can see it's lengthways right alongside the road. So we just bumped into another British Filipino couple there who are on the same site. And here we are. Parked alongside this gate here. So it means we've got no one alongside us, but its proximity to the road isn't ideal. Yeah, you can hear that now. So on the Villasol pitch, you've got this green pillar here. This is obviously your hookup. They've got television, you've got water, and nicely they've got high-speed internet. Now for the high-speed internet, they give you a cable which you have to leave a deposit. See, that's going round to my locker. I put it in my locker because that's the only place I didn't really want a wire going in through the window. And that goes to this little router here. And it gives you the username and password on the bottom. You turn it on and hey presto, you've got good high-speed internet. So I'm getting about 60 megabytes at the moment download on that. I would imagine at different times of the day it will vary. But there you go. So I thought I'd show you that. Obviously it's going to require power. So I've got a power supply there along with an adapter, very kindly lent to me by Paul. A couple of notes about the Villasol Camping Villasol. When we initially looked it up and made the booking, we were told that if we use the ACSI card, we'd get a reduction. However, it turns out what it is, AXI offers a rate and Villasol offer a rate. And it seems if we use the AXI card, we then get 4 kilowatts of electricity for free. Then after that you pay. But without the AXI card, you don't get any electricity at all. You have to pay as you use it. However, they said if we use the AXI card, it was going to cost us €200 more for our stay, and we're here 45 days, I think it works out. So I decided to take a punt on how much electricity we're using. We're not using much, hopefully. All we used it for was the fridge and laptops, that sort of stuff, charging things. So be interesting to see how we get on at the end of it, and obviously I'll let you guys know. But just something to be aware of. The AXI price is the AXI's price rather than a discount, which is what we thought it was going to be off of the Villasol camping site price. Does that make sense? I'm not sure how well you're going to see this. Here's a nighttime view of Villasol. Obviously, it's only a few days to Christmas now, and you can see they're definitely joined into the Christmas spirit here.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light while we're dancing dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before. As they walk
Albeit not full of water, the pool looks quite impressive.
to wish us all a Merry Christmas.
You can get a bigger overview of the site here. Doesn't look quite so Christmassy from this angle. Now you can see the front gate with their Christmas tree. We're going to have a better look at that in a second.
While Santa's busy saying ho ho ho, we're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen.
As you may remember, we lost our grey wastewater tap and a big chunk of the pipe as well. Now we're on a site here in Villasol and we're here for 45 days, and there's a grey waste port or hole, socket, whatever you want to call it, in the ground, and we really want to use that. We don't fancy putting buckets underneath for the whole 45 days. Our good friend Paul helped us jury rig something underneath. Using a combination of a flexible hose connector, some duct tape, string and blood, sweat and tears, Paul managed to do the job. You might remember we can't light the fridge. Right, so I finally managed to get this off, and it's this little bit here at the back. You sort of have to push it up at the back to disengage it. So a bit of a fiddle, but we managed to do it. There you are, you can see this piece down here. That's the bit, that's the actual igniter. So we're going to try and give that a clean with a wire brush and see if we can get that working again. And we didn't have much luck with that. Cleaning the igniter and all that assembly there made no difference. So then we had to try and trace through the wiring to figure out where the problem was. Unfortunately, we couldn't fix it. A spare ignition assembly costs about £85 or thereabouts, and we certainly can't get one here. So we're going to defer that and fix that when we get back to the UK. At least now we know we can light it if necessary by just taking the flap off and lighting it manually. So the next job is to replace the grill assembly, which fell to bits while trying to remove it. I'll show you how I get on with that in part 5. I've been unlucky enough to need a dentist while we're away, but thankfully this one came up highly recommended. I contacted them on WhatsApp before we even arrived in Benidorm and managed to get an appointment at really short notice. They speak excellent English and are incredibly welcoming, which always helps. They're down by the seafront, about a 20-minute stroll from the site. After checking me over, they diagnosed the problem, charged me just €30 and gave me a prescription for antibiotics, which only cost me €5 at the local pharmacy. All in all, I couldn't fault them.
Hello, I'm Natalia from Benidorm Dental, and you must know everybody, every Britain people is welcome to our clinic.
Today we're at Camping Villasol in sunny Benidorm, and tomorrow is Christmas Day.
We would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We hope you're enjoying your time with your family and friends.
So I hope you enjoyed the video so far. We'll try and show you about Benidorm next, and we've shown you Villasol, and over the next few videos we'll try and show what Benidorm is truly like, especially at Christmas, this time of year, when it's warm during the day and cold during the night. Anyhow, have a fantastic Christmas, and we'll see you again soon. So thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss out on our future escapades. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts.